PPW Nation, welcome back to the Prairie Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. We are your commentary team. We're the Video Bros. I'm Bobby Munson, and the man over on the other side of the fence, he is the man with the angelic voice. He is Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, happy Saturday. How are you doing, my brother?
Oh, happy Saturday to you, Munson. Glad to be here. Glad to be talking about some PPW. Man, did we ever have a busy and interesting weekend with the wrestling world.
We certainly did. 1 week removed from one of the craziest PPW event rounds that we have ever done in the history of the company. We're here to talk a little bit of a review, a little bit of the highlights. We're not going to go match by match because, Papa Smokes, it was 2 days, 3 shows, 16 matches, and a whole heck of a lot of fun. All 16 matches have officially been edited. They will be part of the regular rotation of the Prairie Pro Wrestling YouTube releases, although the Berries game ones, the pre-show game ones, we might release those a little bit sooner than in the order that they went in because they don't necessarily have the ties back to the regular shows. They was a little bit more for fun and a little bit more of a repeat of what we had seen the previous night at Beer Wars. But let's start right there. Let's put a stamp on it, Papa Smokes. Beer Wars Night 1. You got to be on the other side of the fence for a change. A weekend off for Mr. Papa Smokes from the old cams. So me and my trusty sidekick Warren there, praise to him for busting ass this weekend and filming. Warren, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate you doing that. But Papa Smokes, there's some other praises I want to get to, but first I want to know, what was it like being on the other side of the fence for a Prairie Pro Wrestling show?
Oh. Man, Munson, are you kidding? It was the best. I hardly even remember what that's like because ever since the dying days of HIW and all through PPW, you and I have been the video bros, the camera guys, taking care of capturing all that footage and putting it up onto YouTube for the fans and the viewers alike. But man, yeah, you said it. It was a pleasure for this time to sit in the audience, to have some fun, to have a couple beers at Beer Wars and just enjoy the wrestling of PPW as a fan. Oh, really just a rare pleasure, and I enjoyed every second of it.
You bet. So before we talk about what went down at Beer Wars, we'll go through it here briefly, but I also want to say a massive, massive thank you to everybody behind the scenes this weekend, the talent that worked in the ring, but most of all, the people from the Prairie Pro Wrestling Academy who busted their ass across these 3 shows, Papa Smokes, man. Like, I'm talking some wonderful human beings that came in, smiles on their faces with, I mean, they tried to show a lot of energy despite the fact that that type of level of work will kick the living daylights out of any of you. But again, they took care of business, man. They really did. Friday, not so bad. They got to set up a little, the day before or whatever it was. Ring was ready to go. Tear down a little bit after the show. Not so crazy, but they were there bright and early. I believe 1 in the afternoon to set up for the Berries game. Got that ring set up. Tore that ring down in record-breaking time. Got her back to Beer Wars. Had it set up before the show got going. Man, all I can say is thank you very much to all of you for doing what you do. It does not get enough thanks, and we couldn't have pulled this weekend off without you. Talking about that Beer Wars Night 1, Papa Smoke, 6 matches on the card. One of those happened to be a battle royal. We actually did 3 battle royals, 1 per each show, but 2 of them had title shots on the line. So what it is night 1, the winner of that would then get to face Michael Allen, Richard Clark for the championship on September the 6th. And Beer Wars Night 2's winner will get a future PPW championship shot, presumably October, maybe December. I'm not too sure yet, Papa Smokes. I cannot confirm. Only thing we can confirm is what our big title match is going to be for the next show. We'll talk about that momentarily. But a couple of notes. One of the big notes, big highlights this weekend in singles competition for Marvelous Morris Waltz and the Rhinestone Cowboy Stephen Crow. Riley Cruz as well, getting very well highlighted this weekend across the board. But we also saw the debut of another PPW graduate making his way into the Battle Royals all weekend by the name of Chris Nasty, Papa Smokes. We got our first look in at Chris Nasty's work here. Interested to see you got to see him in that Battle Royal. First look in, immediate thoughts of Chris Nasty.
Oh, man, just always good to see one of our PPW Academy graduates coming up, getting his feet wet in the ring. It takes a while. It takes some reps and some practice and all that, especially performing in front of a crowd. But Chris Nasty stepping up in the Battle Royal night one, and looking quite all right in there, looking like he's a little nervous yet at this point, but I mean, stepping in there and doing the job, doing what needs to be done, and that's what it takes to make it in this business is just getting your feet wet and getting some practice. So, cheers to him and good luck to him in the future. He's got more PPW matches in his future, and I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, you bet he does. And again, we got a lot of people that are going to have matches in their future. We also got to see referee Pritchard making his debut this weekend as well too. Pop spoke his first crack at being inside of a professional wrestling ring, so kudos to him. Great work. I mean, he took a little bit of a beat down there more than once this weekend.
Yes.
He kind of got in the way of one El Assassino, which never is a good look for anybody, but he took it like a champ and he kept on trucking.
Very much so, and sent out to him too as well, because we've seen him working hard behind the scenes, training hard and doing all that. So he's gonna get his feet wet as a referee at first, and that's a perfect spot to get some experience, to get feeling good in front of the crowd and all that, looking good, performing good. Also looking forward to a bright future from him.
You bet, yeah. And under the tutelage of senior referee Jason there, I'm sure he will do just fine in Prairie Pro Wrestling. We had another debut here as well, too, Papa Spokes. I want to talk about this one for a minute. Chad Money Mills making his way to Prairie Pro Wrestling across this weekend. In fact, doing 3 shows back-to-back like that and being in 3 Battle Royals, including 2 singles matches as well, too, this weekend. That gives 5 opportunities to Chad Money Mills at Prairie Pro Wrestling. That equals up almost a full year's worth of matches for most people in Prairie Pro. We do 6 cards a year. He got 5 of his matches in 1 weekend, and I mean, damn impressive. What are your thoughts on Chad Money Mills?
Oh, impressed right off the bat, and like talk about wanting to practice and get your reps in. Looking at the weekend this young guy had, and I was impressed by him. Munson, he came out. He's a tall guy. He's got a nice workout body. Kind of looks like a frat boy. He's got his red plastic cup ready for a game of beer pong. Comes out with a bit of an attitude towards the fans and all that. But as you know, Papa Smokes can get down with that heel flavor a little bit too. And I completely understand that this guy doesn't have any use for the fans, doesn't need that fan support, anything like that. He's coming out to win and to make a name in PPW. And I think he went a long way towards doing that just this past weekend alone.
Yeah, apparently from the House of Masta Beta is what he claims there, Papa Spokes. Chad Money Mills making his debut to great effect here in Prairie Pro Wrestling. Maybe we'll see more of him coming up as well, too, with other shows on the way, which I guess no better time to say it, Papa Smokes. If you made it in this far, you love PPW, and you probably already know this, but in case you don't, Saturday, September 6th, we return to action live in Saskatoon. We are bringing you PPW Presents, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Los Slamtos. We always got to get that one in every single time, Papa Smokes. I mean, I know it's a video game theme. I get it. I understand it. Man, do I not like the name of this show. It's funny. The poster looks sweet. Don't get me wrong. Los Slamtos, man, I'm gonna get tongue-tied trying to say that 100 times over.
Yeah, it's not the most wieldy word to say all the time. You kind of need to see the poster with it to realize it's a Grand Theft Auto reference, which of course Papa Smokes is loving as a veteran of Grand Theft Auto games and quite a rock star, shall we say, in Grand Theft Auto as well. But look at this, man. Yeah, we got another show coming up, and really at the very end of July here, September 6th is not all that far away, Munson, especially after we come from a weekend of 3 concentrated shows over 2 days. Man, we got more action coming up in 1 month and 1 week. So already pumped for that. And then look at after that, right around the corner of the year, Ring of Horrors. Oh, man, that's the time to really, really get excited about PPW because you know the big stuff's coming for the October show.
It sure is, you bet. Yeah, tickets already on sale for Los Slam Toast. You can reach out to us, Prairie Pro Wrestling on Facebook, find out how to get your tickets. And you know what? By the time this drops, tickets might be sold out already, Papa Smokes. I can already tell you they are well over 50% sold, if not even a little bit higher. I haven't got the confirmed numbers, but we sold a lot of tickets in the first 24 hours for Prairie Pro Wrestling's Los Slam Toast event. And it could be because people want to see the title match, Papa Smokes. If you were there at Beer Wars or you heard the rumblings, it was a battle royal. 15 men over the top battle royal. Whoever wins would get to fight the champion, Michael Allen, Richard Clark, at PPW Presents Los Slamtos. And our first two entrants, Riley Cruz and the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow, went quite the distance. Stephen Crow near the end, but not quite at the end. But Riley Cruz, man, Riley Cruz went the distance in this thing, talking about PPW graduates. And he came down to him versus the Mexican Devil, El Asesino, a man who has been gunning for that championship. He has been hot trying to get a hold of that championship as of late. And Riley one-upped him in this one, Pop Smokes. Riley Cruz, the tenacious youngster, dumped the Mexican Devil over the top ropes, took the win, and will be going on to Los Slamtos to fight Michael Allen and Richard Clark for the Prairie Pro Wrestling Championship. First of all, congratulations, Riley Cruz. I am hoping Riley Cruz has eyes in the back of his head because, good God, Pop Smokes, not only did he throw El Asesino out of this battle royal, he took the title shot that El Asesino has been gunning for and threatening people over. I fear for Riley a little bit. He's a tough young man, don't get me wrong, and he can hang. But when it comes to the Mexican Devil, he's not looking to make things fair.
Yeah, you got that right, Munson. And we already talked about I was sitting in the stands as a fan here watching this match, and I could see what was coming up. I could see the battle royal developing. In comes the Mexican Devil, El Asesino, and I thought, oh boy, here we go. He doesn't look good. He never really does. But he came into this match like a house on fire, and you could see the determination in his eyes through that devil mask he's wearing all the time. And I thought, boy, here we go. There's going to be one guy that wins this PPW title shot, and I know who it's going to be right now, El Asesino. But oh, wasn't I shocked at the very end when the tenacity and the heart and the spirit of Riley Cruz came through, and oh, he dumps the Mexican Devil over the top rope, much to the chagrin of the assassin, and oh, takes that PPW title shot right out of the grasp of who wanted it the most. And doesn't that shake up the scene, especially the title scene around PPW, that Riley Cruz, one of the PPW Academy graduates and young Lions wrestling, takes the step, takes the opportunity, jumps up and, as they say in WWE, grabs that gold ring, that chance to make his legacy in this league and get the title shot. Wow, so exciting. So can you imagine what this match might be like of Riley Cruz versus Michael Allen, Richard Clark? We haven't seen these two tangle before, and this could be very, very interesting. And like you said, watch it, because he's got the ire of El Asesino now. And we know what El Asesino does when he's pissed off and feels like an opportunity has been taken from him. He might just come out and take that opportunity back from Riley Cruz.
And the story will unfold even more than that, Papa Smokes, when we start getting over to night number 2, and we will get there momentarily. But before we do, we have to give a big, massive thank you to the Saskatoon Berries baseball team and organization, one of the greatest experiences in the history of Prairie Pro Wrestling. This organization, Papa Smokes, they were very accommodating. They, understood our situation of how quick we needed to get out of there afterwards. Not only that, they provided bottles of water for the crew, everything that they could do to make this experience great. And not only that, they've got a fan base, Papa Smokes. They have got quite the following. They've got a kick-ass team that's, conquering the world right now in the world of baseball. I mean, undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, as of this recording. still. So fantastic job by the Saskatoon Berries. And man, their fans are phenomenal, Papa Smokes. Standing there, I could feel that electricity coming from that audience. And even though we were in an outdoor space compared to the Cosmo Senior Center where we normally hold events and you can feel that electricity, this was ruckus without an enclosure around us at the same time. I'll start by mentioning Morris Waltz. Marvelous Morris Waltz did the promo on social media with Barry the Bear there. He had a lot to say, calling fans Philistines and coming out there and saying that the Berries were terrible. They were going to lose to Moose Jaw. I mean, there was this hate for Morris Waltz in this thing. We're going to talk about the comeuppance he got at the end of the night there too. But what was your, like, you got to see the video. I've sent you the video, at least one of the camera angles anyway. What was it like watching and experiencing that from the video side of things?
Oh, Munson, my immediate feeling is play ball because we got a good baseball team, a semi-pro baseball team in Saskatoon finally. Very, very fun to have that. And I can speak from experience. What better in the summertime is there to go than to go out to a pro sports facility, outdoor or indoor arena, but especially outdoor in the summer, and just chill, have a beer, watch some sports, get some sun. There's other things to do there. There's vendors, there's food trucks, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So you can watch some baseball for a while. You can take a walk around. You can catch some rays. You can visit with the other fans or find your friends in the stands. And great stuff because now we've got a team in the summer that the fans can go out and watch. Not just a team, but a team that's thriving right now too, doing really, really good. Don't you just love their like I wasn't convinced about the name the Berries at first until I saw their gear and their unis with that nice purple color and everything. I want some gear. I want to go to more games and buy some of their merch because what a cool fun thing to have in Saskatoon. The Berries, a pro baseball team, something to do in the summer for Saskatchewan sports fans. I love it.
I do too. And you know what? Their marketing team is phenomenal as well too. I mean, they're all over social media with great reels and videos that they take, pictures that they take. I mean, they were instantly tagging pictures from Prairie Pro Wrestling, video clips from Prairie Pro Wrestling. You know, one thing, I mean, Morris Waltz might have not been loved by the fans of the Berries, but one person they did love, the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow, was lighting it up and electrifying the audience there at the Berries game. They absolutely loved the Rhinestone Cowboy. Another team, it's the Short Kings as well, too, man. The Short Kings all weekend long. 3 title defenses and badass title defenses. My God, Papa Smokes, like, they put those belts on the line 3 different times. They went through hell 3 different times, and they were successful all 3 times. And that means that if the Short Kings get through Los Slamtos as the PPW tag team champions, they'll be 1 year as the Prairie Pro Wrestling tag team champions, having successfully defended those belts on every show except with that one blemish where the titles weren't on the line and they had that loss to Paralira. But twice this weekend, Paralira had the chance. They had the opportunity, and the Short Kings came out on top.
It's just testament to what studs the Short Kings are in the wrestling business. Come driving all the way out to Saskatoon and then 3 matches in a weekend, title defenses of the tag team titles. They're just an awesome tag team. 1 year coming up as champions in Saskatchewan here, something to be proud of. 2 nice guys that you and I have interviewed and talked to many times in person and interviewed on our podcast. And I just have the utmost respect for the Short Kings and all the talent, all the boys, the wrestlers, as we like to call them, for participating in this and really working hard, putting their bodies through hell over a weekend for the entertainment of the fans, gaining us some new fans, putting some new, different eyeballs on our product, and probably really just expanding our fan. Can't thank the guys enough and can't thank the talent and the crew enough for a weekend of really hard work.
Yeah, and just because like I've been name dropping because of certain highlights, but again, to reiterate some of the other names that we saw on these three cards as well too, we had Dean Richter return back out, Rich King returned back out, T.Y. Jackson was there as well too, Papa Smoke. So we had a fantastic lineup. We had the Jacob Creed and the Dixie Dragon of the Brotherhood, of course. Paralira were there. I mean, just absolutely lighting it up all weekend long, bringing out the merch, getting out to the fans, doing what they can to spread the word of Prairie Pro Wrestling. And I think word got around quite well. And, that's a testament to, all the people who were posting online, tagging us in things, doing all they could to make people aware of it. But yeah, the Berries night was great. And then we got to that battle royal, and I need to clear the air here, Pop Smokes, about that battle royal, because we've gotten a little bit of heat again. Well, I've gotten a little bit of heat. I guess I can't lump this as a we thing, but I saw an opportunity and I took it, because marvelous Morris Waltz himself talking smack because he was upset that he didn't win said battle royal. He ended up taking an L. And how that went about is he thought he had won the whole thing, but then all of a sudden the announcement that the 16th entrant into the battle royal was none other than Barry the Bear, the mascot of the Saskatoon Berries. And I will clear this up. Waltz says he thinks it was a 15-man battle royal. It is clearly on the tapes, Pop Smokes. It was announced as a 16-man over-the-top battle royal. So Barry's entrance is legitimate. Barry's win, also very legitimate. He didn't want to play nicely with Morris Waltz. He came out there to be the hero. He dumped Waltz over that top rope. Barry the Bear takes the big-ass win, and those fans popped louder than I think any fans. In fact, this is a challenge to you, Nation. Every single one of you coming to Los Slam Toads, I dare you to get to the decibel level that audience did at the Saskatoon Berries game when Barry the Bear won that battle royal, because good God, it is going to take some massive electricity from all of you. Efforts like you've never done before in order to beat that pop the Barry the Bear got.
All right, Munson, but let's be fair here. Let's be technical about what you're talking about here. Was this battle royal a 16-man battle royal or a 15-man one bear battle royal? That's my question to you. And that my question suggests that Morris Waltz might be right.
You could try to make that argument, Papa Spokes, but are you assuming the Barry the Bear is not a man?
I am, Munson. It's 2025, man. If Barry the Bear presents as a bear, if he identifies as a bear, he's a bear, Munson.
Even still, PPW management allowed the entry, Papa Smokes, and that crowd was electric for it. Barry the Bear, God, from Bobby Munson, Barry the Bear, congratulations on your major victory at Prairie Pro Wrestling in your debut. It was phenomenal. My hat is off to you. But yes, Papa Smokes, it was electric there. I hope that we can do more with the Saskatoon Berries as well too, because they were such a phenomenal place. I want to support them as well because I like good sports. I like good sports being in our backyard, and big thumbs up to the Berries and their organization for everything this weekend. Thank you very much. You've made a fan out of me. I don't even regularly. Yeah. I don't even regularly watch baseball, but I kind of want to watch baseball just to root on the Berries now, Papa Smokes.
Oh, and it's so much different watching it on TV than it is going to a game live. Baseball, I like baseball. It's not one of my favorite sports, but to go to a game, like I was talking about before, on a nice summer day or a fall day or a spring day, sitting outside, sipping a beer, you can watch baseball for a while if you want, but there's other stuff to do with those games, and that's what makes it so fun. And I want this partnership to continue. The Saskatoon Berries were so professional and so nice with PPW that why would we not want to work with them again? It's an exchange that works out on both sides because PPW benefits. We get a whole fan base of people who may not have even heard of PPW wrestling or know that there is independent wrestling in Saskatoon. Different kind of entertainment for their fans of the game as well. Like I say, watch some baseball. visit a food truck, walk around and watch some wrestling too. Maybe you're a fan, maybe you're not, but maybe you become a fan by watching some of that great PPW action. So it's a very it's a relationship that works out on both sides for both parties, and I think we should continue this partnership. Glad to, and let's do this every summer.
100%. And they also have a Saskatoon Berry beer there, Pop Smokes, that I know you need to get down there and try sometime.
Yes.
Yeah. All right,
Absolutely.
moving on to what we did that same night. Beer Wars Night 2. We made it. We got that ring set up thanks to our amazing crew. We got that show underway. We had a lot of great banger matchups on this again. Another phenomenal tag match between the Brotherhood and the Short Kings. I mean, it went into the crowd just like the one against Paralira did on night one. Only it just got even crazier, Pop Smokes. I mean, they were smashing into the cage barrier between the beer side and the PPW side, and they were throwing into plexiglass and across chairs and onto the tops of those the fancy tables that they had set out for eating food on or whatever. They were smashing faces in it. At one point, they even rang Dixie Dragon's bell by putting his face over top of the ring bell and giving it a good smack with the old hammer on there. Like, it was total chaos. It was great to watch. It made for a great video as well, too. But the big talk will be the second battle royal, or the one that has the championship repercussions here. We got down to our final two again, Pop Smokes, of Riley Cruz and El Assassino. And we're looking at this thing. I'm thinking to myself, what if Riley wins it twice? He then, arguably, if he can't get the job done against Michael Allen Richard Clark the first time, he can ask for that rematch right away. He would have two chances. A young man to have two chances like that. He was very damn close. Him versus El Assassino. At one point, it seemed like Riley had taken it. Suddenly, you realize El Assassino had not actually been eliminated. He sneaks back in, throws Riley Cruz over, and I put my hands across my face, Pop Smokes, thinking to myself, what kind of terror are we about to see? We have unleashed a monster of epic proportions at this point, because not only did PPW management not adhere to the warnings of El Assassino, they also at times mocked him this weekend, like getting where he's from wrong on the microphone, to the point where he went and punched Mr. Drake out on his way into the battle royal for the absolute insults towards him. Then they haven't given him his shot. They haven't given him the title shot that he essentially, in my opinion, earned by beating Michael Allen Richard Clark in last year's Ring of Horrors TLC match. And they haven't adhered to it. They keep turning him down and giving it to other people. And now he's gone and earned it himself. What kind of hell is PPW about to face from the Mexican Devil, now that the only way he was able to finally get a shot after all these years in Prairie Pro Wrestling was through winning something on his very own?
You ask what kind of hell is going to be unleashed on PPW Munson. The bloody, screaming hell is what it's going to be, because we've watched this guy. We've seen El Assassino's anger and determination spill out into the PPW ring so many times. Last year and a half, even 2 years, that frustration about not getting a title shot, not getting that respect from PPW management has been obviously gnawing away at the Mexican Devil. And he's had it. He's sick of it. And I can see where he's coming from, because he's been one of the top stars of Prairie Pro Wrestling since our inception. And I agree, he hasn't got the respect that he deserves. Without getting that respect, he's got to go out and take it. I don't always agree with his methods, and he's done some rather dastardly stuff over that past couple of years, but he's got to get the attention of PPW management and the championship committee to secure that spot. Therefore, we've seen a whole bunch of our favorite wrestlers get attacked and mauled and destroyed by El Assassino and Richard Clark, to Phil Deadly, to Morris Waltz, to many of the other stars that we have in our company. And this is just nothing more fancy than straight frustration boiling over. And El Asesino is not the kind of man that's going to sit there and watch other people take his opportunities. He's grumpy. He's motivated. He's going to make stuff happen for himself. That's exactly what he did. That second battle royal too, but you knew he wasn't going to because he's too smart and too motivated. Dumps Riley Cruz over. So now we've got El Asesino with a title shot coming up in the future. We don't know when, and we don't know who's going to be champion or what's going to be going on the scene by the time he gets that championship match. But I'll tell you what, wrestlers of PPW and PPW management situation, because it's going to get hot and he's going to do what he wants and he's going to do what it takes to get that shiny green and gold belt around his waist. You know he's going to stop at nothing, and everybody watch out and take notice because it's coming.
All right, so on that note, Papa Smokes, I got to know, because earlier that night we had a one-on-one and it was Riley Cruz versus El Asesino, the first time that they crossed paths officially. I mean, there was a lot of hatred there because of the first battle royal. A lot of damage done to Riley Cruz after this because Riley getting a disqualification victory over El Asesino in this situation. I've got to know, does El Asesino look at this situation? We've got Michael Allen, Richard Clark, and you've got Riley Cruz. He now has bad blood with both. He could very well become a factor in the match on September the 6th. But I ask you, does he want to step in the ring for the title against the more experienced Michael Allen, Richard Clark, because how deep that feud goes? Or is he more interested in trying to go against the less experienced Riley Cruz for the title and find a way to make sure that Riley Cruz walks away the champion on September the 6th?
Ooh, interesting speculation, man. I don't want to think about it at this point. I'd rather watch it develop before my eyes, but you bring up some interesting suggestions there. Either way, you got to know that the evil mind of El Asesino is working and scheming all the time, as it always is. And all he wants is a way to that title. And he doesn't care how he wins it. He doesn't care what the method is, as long as he gets to his results at the end. And better watch it too. And there's been talk that Clark hasn't been around Saskatchewan that much over the past while. He's busy with some other federations that he wrestles for. He goes off to Toronto and does the Maple Leaf wrestling shows, etc., etc., etc. He better get his mind in the game in a big hurry before September 6th, or he might find himself without that belt.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say. There's a lot on the line, a lot of stakes, and a lot of moving parts, Papa Smokes. But really what it comes down to is, if you don't want to have to wait for the YouTube releases here on the channel to find out what happens, and you don't want it ruined through social media, then I highly suggest getting yourself a ticket to PPW Los Slamtos. We will have the general admission standing room tickets on sale very, very soon. But right now, we can get the reserve seating. As of this release, that could be sold out. So if it is, I apologize. But you got to act fast when it comes to PPW tickets, Papa Smokes. It doesn't matter what month, what day, when we do it. PPW matches in Saskatoon, we sell them out every single time. And we love it. We love the PPW Nation. I will say, over the weekend, as much as I loved it, the one thing I missed is that connection. I missed being able to be at the door, scanning people in, let them know where their seats are, getting those high fives, getting those big bear hugs from the PPW Nation. I've come to this whole connection with the nation, Papa Smokes, being that person at the door. That was an element that I did miss this weekend. I'm not knocking this weekend. That's not a knock on this weekend. I had a blast this weekend, but I do miss that, and I crave it, and I'm looking forward to it on September 6th when I can see all the nation up close and personal like that.
Oh, same with me, Munson, for sure. This weekend was important to PPW to get some different people watching it, to get some new fans. My heart also lies with the PPW Nation that come to Cosmo Center just off Broadway every second month to watch our shows. We have tremendous repeat business all the time. So many fans come to every single show. We'll never miss it. We'll get their tickets early and all that. We have other different new fans that come to that venue as well, but my heart's always with the PPW Nation. Love to see my favorites huff outside at halftime with all my nation members and all my wrestling people. So we're gonna get back to that on September 6th. I bet you we'll see some new faces from this weekend as well, coming out to Cosmo Center just off Broadway in our favorite place where we have our shows regularly.
You bet. Yeah, actually, I've seen some of the names on the list, and we do have some new people this time around, as well as returning faces, as always, that we love to see out there. It's going to be fantastic. I've already had people reaching out for standing room tickets. There's a group from a company that's looking to possibly do a work outing there. They want to get general admission tickets for the show. It is the hottest ticket in town. We're not just blowing smoke because we work for the company. We're telling you the damn truth. Make sure to get your tickets and secure your spot at Prairie Pro Wrestling's Los Slamtos on September the 6th. But Papa Smokes, I think we're going to wrap it up there. I've had a blast talking to you all about this last weekend. Those matches inevitably are going to find their way right back here on the channel very soon for you all. So stay tuned for those releases coming up very soon. But Papa Smokes, before we go, we don't get to do this often enough. So why don't you tell people that are in the Prairie Pro Wrestling Nation, where can they reach out to good old Papa Smokes?
All right, then I can be found every Saturday on PPW calling the matches with you as commentators. I can also be found every Thursday evening on OF and Video Bros Network for Ring Respect Radio, our wrestling-based podcast. If you do want to reach out to me, I am on Elon Musk's free speech wonderland known as X. My address is at smokes_papa. I'm also sometimes on Twitch at papa_smokes_.
You bet. You can also find all of Prairie Pro Wrestling across all social media. You'll find us on, we are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. I'm sure I'm missing other ones, but we're there. PPW is all around. Thank you if you're tuning in on YouTube. Make sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, leave us a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you thought of this past weekend's events and what you're looking forward to from Prairie Pro Wrestling. As for myself, Bobby Munson, that ticker down below is going to take you to all of my social media, which includes over on X, Instagram, Threads, as well as my Twitch channel. Like Papa Spoke said, you can join us on Thursday nights if you head on over to OLE Podcasts on Twitch and YouTube, as well as the Video Bros Network on the YouTube side of things. You can catch Ring Respect Radio, where we talk independent wrestling. We talk about the history of professional wrestling. And quite often, Papa Smokes, we do this little thing called wrestling trivia, where we bring in some of our good friends on screen and we get you, the fans, to join us in the chat live to answer trivia questions and have a good old time. We hope that you do reach out to us. Let us know what you think of Prairie Pro Wrestling. Give us your thoughts, what you think's coming up down the road as we head towards the biggest show of the year, the Ring of Horrors Part 4, which will be coming up in October. But before that, there's one last stop, and that is Los Slamtos on September the 6th. Get your tickets, and that is going to be it. I'm Bobby Munson. That man beside me is Papa Smokes, and we will catch you back for a regular wrestling action next Saturday here on the channel. Take care, everybody.